Welcome back to one of the Bears Rapid Plays YouTube channel. Today is Thursday, January 9th, and I'm back for some NBA plays. Technically, we are still 0-0. I am watching the Cavs on the Thunder play right now. Hopefully, you took a spread instead of a total because it is 107 to 108 with 8 minutes left in the fourth quarter. Unless we get an historic NBA fourth quarter where we only see about 15 points scored, we are not going to hit the under. Both of these teams are scoring at will. I'm not even going to blame bad defense. It's actually been good defense leading to better offense. So both these teams just incredible. Hopefully we get a really good finish because it's been back and forth the entire game between these two teams. Other plays, we have Denver plus 3.5. No Nikola Jokic tonight. Must be a really bad illness for him to miss back-to-back nights, but we have them plus 3.5. Going up against the Clip, they don't have Kawhi Leonard, so maybe we get the plus 3.5 there. RJ Barrett over 19.5 points, what it came out at. 13 points at the half going up against Knicks. It is a 4-point game in that one, so pretty competitive. And then Donovan Mitchell over 3.5 made threes, made his first field goal with like 40 seconds left in the first half, made his second field goal right before the fourth quarter. He has 1-3 of the two made field goals. Lou Dort and Williams have been shutting him down. So not looking great tonight. I'm really hoping to pull out the 2-2 day with the Nuggets and RJ Barrett. RJ Barrett does look good, and we will need him for the 2-2 day. But let's move on. We've got a couple games to look at. I'm really excited about this game. I think we got a lot of value in this one. I'm taking the Rockets minus 3.5. The Memphis Grizzlies are going to be without several key players once again. They are probably going to have Desmond Bane and Jaren Jackson Jr. in this game, but without Ja Morant, the Memphis Grizzlies have not been themselves. They have not been scoring a ton of points like we saw a couple of weeks ago when they were putting up 129, 135, 150 in one of those games. Still have been putting up quite a bit of points over the last few games. I'm just going to chalk that up to bad defense. 119 points scored in the last game against the Mavericks. No Kyrie, no Luka in that game. And they also scored 133 points going up against the Sacramento Kings at the Kings. Kings have not been a great defensive team all season long. So Memphis still putting up a lot of points. They are still going to be missing a few stars in this game. The Rockets are a team I've been looking at over the last couple of weeks because they have not been playing very good defense. They've been losers of 3 of the last 4 before this 2-game winning streak going up against the Lakers, winning that game 119 to 115. And then the game that I thought they would turn it around going up against the Wizards, especially defensively, they kind of did and they kind of didn't. They scored 135 points. That's what I was looking for on the offensive side. They still allowed 112 points. Now, that's a pretty good defensive number, but against the Wizards, and they didn't have Jordan Poole, I'm still kind of worried about the Rockets, but they did show me that they are back to playing decent defense, especially in the first 3 quarters, because in that fourth quarter, they're up by 40 points. No reason to play very physical. None of the stars were in that game. So I do think defensively the Rockets are back on track in this game. I'm going to take them minus 3.5. I think they're the better team. They have all their players playing. All the starters are healthy. I will take them minus 3.5 on the road against the Grizzlies. For the second play tonight, we are going to be looking at one of the hotter teams in the NBA, the Atlanta Hawks. They did drop 3 in a row, but Trae Young had a half quarter going up against the Utah Jazz to get them back in the win column. Before that, they had won 4 consecutive games after dropping the 3 in a row. But this Atlanta Hawks team, after the NBA Cup, or I should say during the NBA Cup, they were playing great basketball. And like I said in all these other breakdowns, I think they just have players that in do-or-die situations, if it's flight or fight, they all fight. And I love that about this team. Trae Young has been playing very well over the last several games. The Phoenix Suns have actually been quite a dumpster fire over the last several games as well. They have lost 11 of the last 15 games they have been in. For the Suns, Bradley Beal and Devin Booker have been banged up a little bit, but there's also trouble in paradise for Phoenix. They got that big 3, didn't do much last season. Bradley Beal coming in this season for the full year. He's on the bench now. They put him on the bench. He came in for his first game off the bench, was a leading scorer in that game. That's just how it goes. But this Phoenix Suns team, I don't know about them. They don't play very good defense, and if Kevin Durant and Devin Booker don't go for 25 plus, they're in big-time trouble. They just lost a game going up against the Hornets, only scored 104 points in that game. I think the Hawks can win this game outright. They're scoring a lot of points per game. The defense has been a little bit better since the NBA Cup. I'm going to take the Hawks here, plus 3.5 as the final play. Let's go over to some player props for tomorrow. For the first player prop of the day, we're going to take Lamelo Ball over his total points going up against the Lakers. Lamelo Ball, 3 consecutive games he was out, but he's now had his appetizer going up against the Cavaliers, scored 24 points, shot 20 times. Love to see that. Second game against the Suns, took him on the member side. 32 points, 28 shots in the game, 16 of them from deep, and he scored 0 points in the first quarter. And I said to the members, I had no doubts in my mind Lamelo Ball was still going to go over the 26.5 points because whenever you shoot the ball 25 plus times in the NBA, eventually they start to go down. And that's exactly what happened for Lamelo Ball in the third quarter. He could not miss. He had a run of 12-0 by himself going up against the Suns. I think he can do the exact same thing here going up against the Lakers, who, by the way, have not been playing very good basketball over the last several weeks. LeBron James, Anthony Davis, they've got the guys to do it. JJ Redick, I think he's been a decent head coach, but something's wrong with the Lakers right now, especially on the defensive side. I think LaMelo Ball will once again put up 22, 23, 24 shots in this game. And eventually, like I said, if you're shooting 25 times in a game, you're most likely going to go over 30 points. So give me LaMelo Ball here, over 28.5 points going up against the Lakers as the play. And for the final play of the day, I need you to not panic, and I need you to not come at me for just a couple seconds because I'm taking Rudy Gobert over 10.5 points. I have said some negative things about Rudy Gobert. I think everybody has. He does not have a bag. He is maybe one of the worst post players on the offensive side in the NBA this season. He has scored single-digit points in 5 consecutive games, and he scored single-digit points in 7 of the last 10 games that he's been in. He has not shot over double-digit times in 9 of the last 10 games. I am telling you all this negative stuff because I get it. I get that taking Rudy Gobert over his total points, probably not the smartest bet in the world, but he's going up against his former team, and the numbers going up against his former team are very, very good. Technically, he played 5 games against the Jazz since he was moved to the Minnesota Timberwolves, but in one of those games, he was injured, so I'm going to take that game out. He only played 5 minutes. In the other 4 games, he played 30-plus minutes in all 4 games. He scored double-digit points in 3 of the 4 games, and he put up 15-plus points in half the games. The one game he didn't score double-digit points, he had 9 points, 23 rebounds. That was the first game going up against the Jazz. In the last 2 games going up against the Jazz, he had 11 points and 15 points, and he shot double-digit times every single game against his former team. Don't know what it is. Maybe it's just showing them that he is still good enough to be on the Utah Jazz. They should have paid him, blah, 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 whatever. But going up against the Utah Jazz, Rudy Gobert has shot double-digit times every single time he's played against them in the T-Wolves jersey. So I'm going to take him here over 10.5 points. I expect a lot of rebounds. I expect a lot of second-chance points. Offensive rebound, put-back dunk. Get me 10.5 points. Might even be 9.5 points because of how bad he's been offensively over the last several games. So I'm going to take this over 9.5. Over 10.5 as the final play of the day. Let's go to the recap graphic. We're going to be taking the Rockets minus 3.5, Hawks plus 3.5. We're going to have LaMelo Ball over 28.5 points going up against the Lakers. And then Rudy Gobert, don't screw me, over 10.5 points, maybe 9.5 points as the play going up against the Jazz. Guys, it's going to do it for the NBA picks and props for Thursday, January 9th slate of games. If you guys enjoyed the content, please share this off against video and subscribe channel below. See you guys next video, and thanks for watching.